I was 18 years old with dreams of becoming a teacher. But instead, I became the wife of a wealthy stranger overnight. My name is Anna. I live in a small town. My family is poor. We do not have much money. My father works on a farm. My mother stays at home. I have 2 little brothers. They are young and happy. I loved books. I read every day. I wanted to be a teacher. This was my dream. I wanted to teach children in my town. My parents knew about my dream. They said I was smart. They wanted to help me. One day, my parents called me. They looked sad. My mother held my hand. My father did not look at me. I felt scared. Something was wrong. "Anna," my mother said, "a man wants to marry you." I did not understand. I was only 18 years old. I wanted to study more. I wanted to be a teacher. "No," I said. "I do not want to get married." My father looked at me now. His eyes were sad. "We have no choice," he said. "The farm is bad this year. We have no money. This man is rich. He can help us. He can help your brothers." I started to cry. "But I do not know him," I said. My mother said he was a good man. "His name is Tom. He lives in the big city. He will give you a good life." I was angry. I was sad. But I looked at my brothers. They needed food. They needed help. I closed my eyes. "Okay," I said. "I will do it." I never saw a picture of Tom. My parents told me his name. That was all. They said he was 30 years old. He had a business. His family knew my family from long ago. The wedding day came very fast. I wore a white dress. My mother made it for me. It was beautiful, but I did not feel beautiful. I felt scared. My friends came to the wedding. They smiled at me. They thought I was happy, but I was not happy. I smiled back. My smile was not real. I stood in the small church. I waited for Tom. I waited for my husband. People started to talk. Then the door opened. A man walked in. He was tall. He wore a dark suit. He had dark hair. His eyes were serious. He did not smile. He walked to me. He did not look at me. My heart beat very fast. This was Tom. This was my husband. The wedding was short. I said, "I do." My voice was very small. He said, "I do." His voice was deep. He put a ring on my finger. The ring was cold. Now I was married. I was Mrs. Anna, but I did not feel like myself. After the wedding, we had a small party. I sat next to Tom. We did not talk. He ate his food. He looked at other people. He never looked at me. I felt invisible. Then it was time to leave. I said goodbye to my family. This was very hard. I hugged my mother. She was crying. "Be happy," she said. I hugged my father. He held me tight. I hugged my little brothers. They did not understand. They wanted me to stay. My heart broke. I got into a big black car. I had never seen a car like this. It was very nice inside. Tom got in too. The car started to move. I looked out the window. I saw my family. I saw my town. Everything got smaller and smaller. Then it was gone. We drove for many hours. The sun went down. It got dark outside. We did not talk. The car was very quiet. I wanted to say something, but I was too scared. Tom's face looked like stone. No smile, no feelings. We arrived in the big city. The city was very different from my town. There were many lights. There were tall buildings. There were many cars. It was loud. It was scary. We stopped at a very big house. It was not just a house. It was like a palace. It had a big gate. The gate opened. The car went inside. A woman opened the door. She was older. She wore a black dress. "Welcome, Mr. Tom," she said. "Welcome, Mrs. Tom." Her voice was flat. Tom got out of the car. He walked into the house. He did not wait for me. I got out of the car. I followed him. Inside, the house was huge. The floor was shiny. There was a big staircase. Everything was cold and empty. It did not feel like a home. The older woman showed me to my room. "This is your room?" she said. "My room, not our room, just my room." The room was bigger than my whole house in my town. It had a huge bed. It had a big window. I looked out the window. I saw only dark buildings. The woman left. I was alone. I sat on the bed. The bed was soft, but I did not feel good. I was in a strange house in a strange city with a strange man, a man who was my husband. I started to cry. I cried for my home. I cried for my family. I cried for my dreams. I heard a knock on the door. My heart jumped. The door opened. It was Tom. He walked into the room. He stood by the door. He looked at me. His eyes were dark. I could not breathe. He did not move closer. He just stood there. I thought he would be angry because I was crying, but he said nothing. My whole body shook. I was very scared. Then he spoke. His voice was quiet. "You are tired," he said. "You should rest." That was all he said. He did not come near me. He did not touch me. He looked at me for one more moment. Then he turned around. He walked out of the room. He closed the door. I sat on the bed. I was confused. I did not know what to think. I was alone again. I did not know where he went. I did not know where he slept. I cried myself to sleep. The next morning, I woke up early. The sun came through the big window. For one moment, I forgot where I was. I thought I was in my small room in my town. Then I remembered. My heart felt heavy again. I got out of bed. I went downstairs. The house was very quiet. I found the kitchen. The older woman was there. Her name was Mary. She was the housekeeper. "Good morning," she said. She did not smile. "Good morning," I said. My voice was very quiet. "Mr. Tom had already left for work," she said. "He leaves at 6 every morning. He comes back late. I will make your breakfast. He is already gone." I felt a little better, but I also felt more alone. I ate breakfast by myself. The table was huge. I was the only person in the room. The food was good, but I could not taste it. I missed my mother's cooking. The days started to pass like this. Every day was the same. I woke up alone. I ate alone. I walked around the big, empty house alone. Tom left before I woke up. He came home after I went to my room. Sometimes I heard him come in. I heard his steps, but I did not see him. We lived in the same house, but we lived in different worlds. I felt like a prisoner. I had beautiful clothes. I had good food, but I was not happy. I was very lonely. 1 week passed, then 2 weeks. I did not see my husband. I only heard him. I started to think he did not want to see me. Maybe he was ashamed of me. I was a simple town girl. I was not a city woman. Maybe he did not like me. One evening, I was in the library. This house had a library. It was my favorite room. It had so many books. I looked at the books. They were my only friends in this house. The door opened. I turned around. It was Tom. He was home early. I was very surprised. My heart beat fast again. He looked tired. He saw me and stopped. "Hello," he said. His voice was low. "Hello," I said back. We stood there. It was awkward. I did not know what to say. He looked at the book in my hand. "Do you like to read?" he asked. I nodded. "Yes, very much." He walked to a shelf. He took out a book. "This is a good one," he said. He gave it to me. I looked at the cover. It was a book of poems. I loved poems. "Thank you," I said. He nodded. Then he left the room. It was a short talk, only a few words, but it was the first real talk we had. He gave me a book. It was a small thing, but it meant something to me. It showed me he saw me. After that day, small things started to change. I started leaving a light on for him so he did not come home to a dark house. I asked Mary what he liked to eat. I started to cook for him. Sometimes I left his dinner on the table. In the morning, the plate was empty. He never said anything, but I knew he ate the food I made. One day, I was in the garden. The house had a beautiful garden, but no one took care of it. The flowers were dying. I loved flowers. In my town, I had a small garden. I decided to take care of this garden. I started to work in the garden every day. I pulled the weeds. I watered the plants. It was hard work. My hands got dirty. But I felt happy. I felt useful. I was making something beautiful. One evening, Tom came home and found me in the garden. The sun was going down. I did not hear him coming. "The garden looks nice," he said. I jumped. I turned around. He was standing there. He was watching me. "Thank you," I said. I felt my face get warm. "I like gardening." "My mother loved this garden," he said. His voice was soft. He looked at the roses. "She died a few years ago. After that, no one took care of it." It was the first time he told me something personal, something about his family. I saw a little bit of sadness in his eyes. For the first time, I saw him not as a scary stranger. I saw him as a person with feelings, a person with a past. "I am sorry," I said. He looked at me. "Don't be sorry. You are bringing it back to life. Thank you." He stayed there for a few minutes. We watched the sunset together. We did not talk, but the silence was different this time. It was not heavy. It was peaceful. Life in the big house started to feel less lonely. Tom started to come home earlier. We started to eat dinner together. At first, we ate in silence. It was still awkward. I was shy. He was quiet. But slowly, we started to talk. I told him about my town. I told him my family. He listened. He listened carefully. He asked many questions. He wanted to know about my life. He started to tell me about his life, too. He told me about his work. It was a big company. His father had started it. Now he was in charge. It was a lot of pressure. He worked all the time. He did not have many friends. I realized he was lonely too, just like me. We were two lonely people in a big house. We were strangers, but we were starting to become friends. One night, there was a big storm. The wind was very strong. The rain hit the windows. There was loud thunder and lightning. I was always scared of storms. In my town, I hid in my mother's arms. But now I was alone in my big room. A loud thunder shook the house. I screamed. I put my head under the pillows. I was shaking. I felt like a little child. A few minutes later, I heard a soft knock on my door. The door opened. It was Tom. He was holding a candle. The power was out. "Are you okay?" he asked. He could see I was scared. I could not speak. I just nodded. He came and sat on the edge of my bed. He did not touch me. He just sat there. "It's just a storm," he said. "It will pass." He stayed with me. He talked to me in a calm voice. He told me a story from his childhood. He told me he was also scared of storms when he was a boy. He stayed in my room until the storm passed. His presence made me feel safe. I was not scared anymore. When I fell asleep, he was still there. When I woke up the next morning, he was gone. But I felt different. Something had changed between us. He was not just my husband. He was my protector. He was my friend. Our relationship continued to grow. Slowly, day by day, we started to laugh together. He had a nice laugh. It made his serious face look different, so handsome. I started to enjoy our dinners. I looked forward to seeing him at the end of the day. He saw how much I loved books. One day he came home with a big box. "This is for you," he said. I opened the box. It was full of books, books about teaching, books for children. "You said you wanted to be a teacher," he said. "You can study here. You are smart. You can do anything." He remembered my dream, my small dream, a dream I thought was lost forever. Tears came to my eyes, but these were happy tears. I looked at him. I saw kindness in his eyes. I saw care. "Thank you, Tom," I said. This was the best gift I had ever received. At that moment, I realized something. I was not scared of him anymore. I was not angry at my parents anymore. My life was not over. It was just different. I was married to a man I had never met. But now, I was getting to know him. And I was starting to like him. I was starting to care about him. I started to study every day. The books made me so happy. I felt like myself again. Tom helped me. He asked me about what I learned. He was proud of me. I could see it in his eyes. Our house started to feel like a home. I filled it with flowers from the garden. I cooked food that smelled like my mother's kitchen. I played soft music. It was not a cold, empty house anymore. It was our home. One evening, we were sitting in the living room. A fire was burning in the fireplace. It was warm and cozy. We were reading our books. It was quiet. A comfortable, happy quiet. I looked at him. He was focused on his book. The firelight danced on his face. My heart felt warm. I felt a feeling I had never felt before. It was a deep, quiet feeling. It was love. I loved this man, this quiet, serious man, this kind, gentle man. He was my husband, and I loved him. I put my book down. I moved closer to him on the sofa. I put my head on his shoulder. He was surprised at first. He looked at me. I looked back at him. I smiled, a real smile. He put his arm around me. He held me close. It felt right. It felt like I was finally home. "Anna," he whispered my name. It sounded so beautiful when he said it. "Tom," I said back. "I am happy." "Me too," he said, and he kissed me. It was a soft, gentle kiss. It was not a kiss from a stranger. It was a kiss from my husband, my friend, the man I loved. My life did not end on my wedding day. A new life began. It was a difficult beginning. It was full of fear and loneliness. But I learned something. I learned that life could surprise you. I learned that love could grow in the most unexpected places. You just needed to have a little patience. You needed to have an open heart. My parents said he was a good man. They were right. He was a very good man. He was my good man. Sometimes we think our life is over. We think our dreams are lost. I felt that way too. Maybe you feel that way sometimes. It is okay to feel scared. It is okay to feel lost. But do not give up. Life has a funny way of working out. A scary new beginning can turn into a beautiful story. My story is a happy one, and I believe your story can be happy too. Just keep going. You can do this. The months passed slowly. Each day brought us closer together. Tom and I talked more. We laughed more. The big house felt smaller now. It felt warm. I learned many things about Tom. He liked coffee in the morning. He read the newspaper every day. He hummed songs when he thought nobody was listening. I liked hearing him hum. It made me smile. Tom learned things about me, too. I liked tea with honey. I sang while I cooked. I talked to the flowers in the garden. He never said I was silly. He listened. He watched me with kind eyes. One morning, Tom did not go to work. He stayed home. I was surprised. "Are you sick?" I asked. He smiled. "No," he said. "I want to spend the day with you." My heart felt light. Nobody had ever wanted to spend a whole day with me. We walked in the garden together. The roses were blooming. They smelled so sweet. Tom picked a red rose. He gave it to me. "Beautiful," he said. He was looking at me, not at the rose. My face got warm. We sat under the big tree. The leaves made shadows on the ground. Birds sang in the branches. Tom held my hand. His hand was warm and strong. I felt safe. I felt loved. "Anna," Tom said, "I have something to tell you." I looked at him. His face was serious. I felt scared. "What is it?" I asked. "I was scared too," he said. "On our wedding day, I was scared to meet you. I thought you would not like me. I thought I was too serious, too quiet." I was surprised. Tom was scared. I had never known that. "You were scared of me?" I asked. "Yes," he said. "I did not know how to talk to you. I did not know how to be a good husband. My father was always working. My mother was always sad. I had never learned how to love someone." I squeezed his hand. "You are learning now," I said. "We are both learning," Tom smiled. It was his biggest smile. "Yes," he said. "We are learning together." That evening, we cooked dinner together. Tom was not good at cooking. He burned the bread. He dropped the eggs. I laughed. He laughed too. The kitchen was a mess, but we had fun. We ate our messy dinner. The bread was black. The eggs were broken. But it was the best meal ever. We made it together. "I have an idea," Tom said. "What is it?" I asked. "I want to help you become a teacher," he said. "There is a small school in town. They need a teacher. You can teach there." I could not believe it. My dream was coming true. Tears filled my eyes. "Really?" I whispered. "Really," Tom said. "You are smart. You love children. You will be a wonderful teacher." I jumped up. I hugged him tight. He hugged me back. "Thank you," I said. "Thank you for believing in me." The next week, Tom took me to the school. It was small and simple, perfect for me. The children were so sweet. They had big eyes and shy smiles. They reminded me of my little brothers. The school needed help. The books were old. The walls needed paint, but I did not care. It was my school, my classroom, my dream. I started teaching the next month. Every morning I walked to school. The sun felt warm on my face. My heart felt full of joy. I was Anna the teacher, Anna the wife, Anna the happy woman. The children loved me. I told them stories. I taught them songs. I helped them read. Their faces lit up when they learned something new. It was the most beautiful thing in the world. One little girl named Lucy was very shy. She never spoke. She sat in the back. She looked sad. She reminded me of myself on my wedding day. I sat next to Lucy every day. I did not make her talk. I just sat there. I smiled at her. I showed her pictures and books. Slowly, she started to smile back. One day, Lucy whispered to me, "I like your stories." It was the first time she spoke. My heart jumped with happiness. "I like telling them to you," I whispered back. Every evening I told Tom about my day. I told him about the children, about their questions, about their laughter. He listened to every word. His eyes sparkled when I talked. "You are glowing," he said one night. "You are so happy. It makes me happy too." I was glowing. I felt like the sun was inside me. I had everything I wanted: a kind husband, a job I loved, a home full of warmth. 6 months later, Tom had another surprise. "We are going to visit your family," he said. I screamed with joy. I had not seen my family since our wedding. I missed them so much. I wanted to tell them about my new life. I wanted them to meet Tom, the real Tom, the kind, gentle Tom. We drove to my small town. The road was long, but this time it felt short. Tom and I talked the whole way. We played word games, we sang songs. The car was filled with laughter. When we arrived, my family ran outside. My mother cried happy tears. My father shook Tom's hand. My brothers jumped up and down. They were taller now, but still my little brothers. "You look so happy," my mother said. She touched my face. "You are glowing." "I am happy, Mama," I said. "Very happy." We stayed for 3 days. Tom helped my father in the fields. He played games with my brothers. He talked to my mother about cooking. My family loved him. They saw what I saw: a good man, a kind man. Last night, my mother and I walked alone. The stars were bright. The air was cool. "I was so worried," she said. "I thought you would hate us for making you marry a stranger." "I could never hate you, Mama," I said. "You saved our family. You gave me a new life, a good life." "He loves you," she said. I can see it in his eyes, the way he looks at you, the way he listens to you. "I love him too," I said. "I never thought I would, but I do with my whole heart." My mother hugged me. "Love grows," she said, "like flowers in your garden. You plant the seed, you water it, you wait. Then something beautiful grows." That was exactly right. Love grew between Tom and me, in our house, in our hearts. Every day it grew a little more. We drove home the next day. Home. That word felt so good now. The big house was our home. Tom was my home. I was his home. As we drove, I thought about my old life, the scared girl who married a stranger. She was gone now. I was a new Anna, a strong Anna, a happy Anna, a loved Anna. Tom reached over and took my hand. "What are you thinking about?" he asked. "About us?" I said. "About how everything changed?" "Are you happy it changed?" he asked. I looked at him, at his kind eyes, at his gentle smile, at the man who became my whole world. "Yes," I said. "I am very happy." The sun was setting as we reached our house. Our garden was blooming. The windows were glowing with warm light. Mary had left dinner on the table. Everything was perfect. That night, we sat by the fire again. Tom read his book. I worked on lesson plans for my students. The clock ticked softly. The fire crackled. Outside, the wind whispered through the trees. This was happiness, this quiet moment, this peaceful feeling, this love that grew from nothing into everything. Sometimes the best things come when you least expect them. Sometimes you have to lose your old life to find your new one. Sometimes scary beginnings lead to the most beautiful stories. I married a man I never met. Now I cannot imagine my life without him. Love is funny like that. It finds a way, even when you think it is impossible. Even when you are scared. Even when everything seems wrong. Love finds a way.